Yo, what's up, guys? How is everyone doing? Wow, okay, alcohol consumption will be limited tonight. With this huge dump Bitcoin has had, I don't think a lot of us are going to be partying on this Friday night. It's probably going to be bordering unaffordable for us. Okay, guys, I called it. I've been stressing it for so many days now. The pattern we saw is literally a one-to-one copy in many, many ways from what we saw in this rising wedge, going from 7,000 up to 7,800. I mean, it's crazy. The exact numbers minus the 7 and the 6 were exactly the same as well. We went from 7,000 up to 78, and over here we went from 61 up to 68. It's all the same. We had the same patterns as well. You know, this M formation, bearish. The Ichi cloud, let me show you that. Again, bearish. Let's turn that on. Get some indicators up in here. I mean, I've been hearing some feedback from you guys. Some people not understanding the things I go over. I'm going to be simplifying it a little bit in the stream because, of course, I want all of you to understand what I'm saying. But, Ichi resistance, hitting that resistance line, sentiment being terrible. Guys, it was bound to happen. And you've seen, absolutely insane gains for me today. This is just one of the outdated screenshots now. 155% profit, which was in like 8 hours, and then way more. I went up to 250% profit before I did end up closing, just because I'm pretty happy with 250% profit. And I wasn't the only one. What made me even more happier than that was the tons of messages I got from you guys profiting from the short that you put in as well. 90%, 300% from one absolutely killer guy who hit 50x. 50%, I can go on. I mean, it's insane. Huge gains made today. But guys, this just goes to prove what I've been saying, for the whole time. I mean, sentiment is terrible. People are losing out on their investments. But guys, at the same time, you can still profit from this market. Americans, maybe you're going to find it a little bit more difficult. But, everyone apart from them and Chinese people, there is still a lot of opportunity to make money in this market. There is no reason for you to be, upset about these losses. You either hedge or you take the losses and you hope that it goes back up. And of course, you guys already know, I think it is going to go back up. I'm going to get into my TA in just a second. I have a few more very important things that I need you guys to hear. Because, have I got my stream open? Okay, that's weird. I need you guys to hear because I know a lot of you, it's an amazing day for a lot of us. It has been for me, 250%, more than triple my position. But, there are people who weren't as lucky. So I'm talking about Americans today. I'm talking about the people who didn't get a chance to short. Maybe they were never on BitMEX. I've had a lot of people messaging me today asking, how do I get on BitMEX? How do I get on Bitfinex? How do I short? Different things like that. And a lot of people want to get in right now. And guys, my message to you is this is absolutely not the time to feel like you've missed out on something. All right? Now, look, you have. That's okay. I've been in the same position countless times. And guys, I've made the bad decisions in those same positions as well. It's going to lead you on to making very stupid decisions. And you're just going to keep on missing these things. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times I've made the same mistakes. It's embarrassing. All right, I've recovered from them, I've learned from them, but I'm just trying to make sure that you guys don't make the same mistakes I did, because of course you want to minimize the losses that you endure. Guys, it's going to destroy you, all right? So step back, only enter trades when you feel absolutely certain, especially if you're using BitMEX, if you're using Bitfinex, if you're on margin. Guys, if you make a bad trade, you're screwed, you're wiped out, all right? It's extremely dangerous. I made those risks very clear in my BitMEX video. And guys, I'm in that same position right now. I've got this euphoria in my mind. You can hear it in my voice. I've had an amazing day. And so I'm taking a step back, all right? I've closed my short. I could have been writing it down to 6,060. I'd have another probably 100% or something. But I haven't done that because you've got to take what you have. Don't get greedy. And when your mind is filled with any kind of emotion, being polarized euphoric or being polarized absolutely down in the gutters, depressed, step back. All right, this is not the time to trade. You're not gonna make good decisions. So I hope that's gonna help some people out. I know that for a lot of us it's a good day, but for even more of us it's a very bad day. And I want to make sure I've addressed everyone with that little section at the start of this stream. Now I'm gonna go into my TA and then questions at the end as usual. And guys, you know what? We've seen less strength this time around for the bulls. So just before I posted this, I did post that, you know, we've reached the 6100 level. Bulls haven't defended it. So at first I was thinking maybe we're going to get a double bottom, and then we can bounce up a little bit, whether that's a short-term bounce or a long-term bounce. I didn't know. But, you know, last time when we dipped down to this level, you know, going to 6100, we bounced back up, you know, within the next 4-hour candle. And this is the 4-hour chart, but guys, as you have seen, this next 4-hour candle basically did nothing. You know, we're now on our way down, potentially, you know, I mean, 6,024. This is a low that we haven't seen since February the 6th. I mean, it's just going down as I'm talking. The bulls haven't been able to defend it. This double bottom has failed conclusively. We've gotten some decent volume on this, so let's go over to crypto market cap. I mean, we were down 11.5 billion yesterday, potentially even lower. I didn't get a chance to check, but today we're up to $15.8 billion volume. This is a bearish sign, guys. I mean, this is showing that more people are in agreement that Bitcoin's price should be lower. So, guys, you know, like I mentioned yesterday in our trend, it's very typical and normal to see. One second. It's very typical and normal to see, you know, decreasing volume in a consolidation pattern like this, which is inevitably going to be followed by a very big dump. I'm seeing a lot of comments from you guys. I will be going through them very shortly. And of course, you know, that was followed by a series of dumps on this 4-hour candle. The only up candle we had was a difference of like $20 or whatever. Completely. Okay, so we've hit 6,000 now. We are making history. As we're going live right here, and this is about to dip into the 5,000s. Very, very interesting times. Might have to completely rethink what I was going to say in this stream. It looks like 6,000 is being defended a little bit. What else have I got here in my notes? I've got quite a lot. I've just completely gone in the wrong order with my notes here. Yeah, so I mean, I posted this chart, you know, with this ABC correction, ABC, a potential pattern we were going to follow. Guys, it doesn't look likely at the moment. I did think that, you know, we could range a little bit higher just because we're so oversold. You know, we look at the RSI now on the 4-hour, and it's 19. I mean, that's, you know, that's rock bottom kind of levels. Let's see what it is on the daily. I mean, looks like 30. Yeah, so exactly 30. Dipping. Oh shit. Okay, we're down into the five. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. There she goes. That's it. Wow. All right. Over to the 1-hour. What's the RSI here? I mean, it's just flat. I mean, yeah, 20 on the RSI for the 1-hour as well. So extremely bleak conditions, guys. It doesn't look like this ABC correction has played out. Now, what we have gotten, which I've highlighted here in a in a purple sort of pen, is a little bit of consolidation on our way down. So this is to be expected in a trend like this. Like I always say, you can't go straight down, you can't go straight up, no matter how you know, powerful that the power is from the bears or the bulls. And so we did have something similar. Of course, this time around it was on a much smaller time frame. This was only 4 hours, whereas it lasted 8 hours last time. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. And guys, I mean, you know, I had about 3 sort of loose targets for us if we did drop below this rising wedge, and that was 5,800, 5,900, and 6,000. So 6,000 is out. We're now at 59, and it just looks like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we get capitulation today, or if we get, you know, some sort of other, you know, even a dump down to the 58s. I can see it being in play, guys. I mean, the last low, let's just check that out. Make sure I get it right now because it is very important, was $58.75, $5,875, guys. So this could very well complete the triple bottom. All right, it's not all doom right now. Volume is high. Obviously, that's because there was a dump, but it's not completely gloomy at the moment. you know, with this kind of a volume, if we were to see a bounce, that's going to give us a V-shaped correction, which we're all, you know, really rooting for, which we all want. I mean, you know, we consider how slowly we came down here. There's a chance that we don't actually have that V-shaped correction, just because with a slower sort of downtrend, if we were to bounce up, it would also probably be slow. So we've got some important dates coming up now. SIBO futures, you know, the one that opened on the 17th of December, the one that started this Bitcoin downtrend, it ends next week. I got that information courtesy of Yaz, again, awesome guy. So that ends next week. It's very possible, you know, CME opens a few days after that. It's very possible with this, you know, these guys manipulate it. I've seen some comments about you guys asking, is there manipulation? Kind of surprised that's still a question. It's all manipulation. Of course, we're also seeing some capitulation. We're seeing retail investors sell their stacks, but manipulation is still the overarching driver for this market, which is very unfortunate because it's hard for humans to trade like that because these guys are using bots. But you know, that is unfortunately the case we're looking at. So I want to give you guys some solid numbers. I'm getting so many questions asking me, what do you think the bottom is? And my answer every single time has been, I don't know yet. I'm taking this by the day. And, you know, I'll evaluate it when we come to it. But we have come to it now. We're at 59.95. We could bounce up here, probably not. You know, I would expect at a level like this to see some sort of consolidation at least, all right? Some sort of a rising wedge. It doesn't matter if we stay here or if we go down. Let's put a line here so that it's abundantly obvious. Let's get 5,800. It's so sad that I have to draw this line, that it's even come to this. But, you know, I went over in the last stream the drops we've had. So I've actually used this tool to tell me about those percentages. So we calculated, you know, it was roughly between 11 and 14%. I used 12% yesterday. So let's see where 12% takes us. If I'm not mistaken, it does take us to this same level I've just drawn a line at. But I want to be 100% sure before I act like I was right. So let's just check that out real quick. Yeah, so 14% is right in line with all those other tops we've been having. So I can definitely see that. You know, I've just noticed, forgot to mention, you know, this this yellow box I drew, unfortunately, we didn't hit that before we broke down. I'm putting that down to me actually not even placing the box in the right place, but I was pretty close, so I'm going to take that. I was only about 8 hours off, 8 or 12 hours off. But yeah, I mean, I can see a drop down to this level. That's the typical 14% drop we've seen many, many times, you know, a little bit lower, a little bit higher sometimes, but in this range. And then, I don't know, again, it depends on the volume. So we're constantly reevaluating here. Like I said, I have stepped away from all trading now, all right? I've got the euphoria in my mind. This stuff needs to get flushed out. I'm not feeling the same sadness that most of you guys probably are. It's because I've had an amazing day. But when that does come around, I'm probably going to be able to reevaluate this with a more sober mind. At the moment, you know, there's still a lot of adrenaline in the system and all that stuff. You have to be able to know this about yourself. It's very hard to tell in the moment, but if you've had these past experiences, you will know. Very upset that I can't go through your messages yet, guys, but I'm pretty much done. So I think we're going to drop down. I think we're going to get some sort of a bear flag, some sort of consolidation in this area. Might go on for about a week. Like I said, SIBO closes in exactly a week. We're not going to get any coincidences with this timing. So this is all happening on purpose, I think. When SIBO opens, we could be seeing some very interesting price. Sorry, when SIBO closes and CME opens, we could be seeing some very interesting price action. It could mean that we're going bull, all right? I mean, this SIBO's futures thing was open for 6 months. CME will also be open for roughly 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, dropping a little bit more right now. I mean, we've still got 2.5 more than that hours of this 4-hour candle, so yeah, this is probably going to drop a fair bit more. We might even see the bottom right now. But given how long these futures contracts stay open for, there's a very, very good possibility now that we are very close to the bottom. We're going to start a slow but steady uptrend. It's hard to say at the moment. I mean, this is a week in advance, which is way out of my forte. You guys know I'm still taking this by the day. But, you know, it's been pretty accurate. I mean, I've had so many people message me about VIP today. I think it's the highest I've ever had. And that's because, you know, these results are showing to be pretty accurate. Guys, like I mentioned, I might have a bit of a surprise for you. Maybe it's to do with VIP. Maybe. Kind of obvious now. Um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much my TA. I mean, this bear flag, if it is a bear flag, guys, if it turns out to be a rising wedge, I think that's much more likely. You know, a rising wedge from, you know, 58 up to about 61. I think that's very, very possible. Something like that. And then followed by a dump, because that would give time for the RSI to correct, go into neutral territory before it did yesterday, like I covered as well, and repeat the same pattern, because, guys, rising wedges have been the dominant pattern of this downtrend. Let's take this EG cloud off now, because it might be a little bit confusing. But apart from that, you know, is it going to be a bear flag? I don't know yet. We could see a big volume buy sending us up, maybe a bit of consolidation like we had way back, where was it? Way back over here. You know, a period of consolidation. This was quite long, actually. Let's see how long this went on for. Yeah, so 13 days, nearly a whole fortnight. We could see something. Did I just say fortnight? God, I'm sorry. Before we go on to, you know, a big bounce, I think that's very possible. And that, you know, it's all about the manipulators, what they want. So two scenarios here. We're either going to form another bull flag, or we're going, bear flag, or we're going to consolidate and then shoot back up. That's what I'm thinking. It's the same thing I always say. We're either going to go up or down. Some of you guys hate that because you can't take a clear-cut answer, or rather, you only want one. You can't think for yourselves. That's your problem, though. Guys, I put out this information. I try to stay very neutral, all right? I mean, the reason I'm able to stay neutral like this is because with my trades, I put in a very small amount of my portfolio, just enough to have fun, just enough to feel great about the profits, but not enough to feel emotionally invested in my trades. Therefore, I'm able to look at this objectively. Just give me 1 second. I'm about to pull up these questions now. Okay, so we've got this these questions here. I mean, guys, if you can drop them here now, I don't really want to scroll up too far because I know I'm gonna ignore a lot of you. So if you can put them down now, I'd really appreciate that. Four Flies, what TA books do you recommend? Josh, once again, I'm so sorry. Somebody else asked this as well, and I, David, I'm playing Fortnite. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, someone else asked this as well, and I've drawn a complete blank. Doing the same thing right now. Look, just find any book focusing on Forex and you'll be fine, all right? Forex is also currency trading. Not to say that cryptocurrencies are real currencies, because we've established they're not now. I think it's pretty clear. But, you know, you'll be fine with books that are Forex. You know, you don't have to find crypto books. Like I mentioned in the last stream where I talked about this, if you buy a book talking about TA for crypto, there's a very good chance that it was just a money grab to get people to buy their product because of the crypto craze. Let's hope CME pump it. Yeah, I think it's very possible. What else have we got? What is your tactic at the moment? Buying at what price? IH, like I said, I'm not making any trades. You know, it's not the right mental state for me right now with all this fun. And I don't plan on doing anything either, guys. There's a very good reason for that, because, you know, we could see massive pumps from, like I always say, from a group of guys or girls who decide, this is it, we're going to send Bitcoin up now. And the lower we go, the more likely that becomes. So I'm out of trading now. I need to step back and reevaluate the sentiment, see how low we can go. It's very clear that we may be following the bubble pop cycle. Maybe I'm just in denial of that, and I'm not saying that we are with confidence, all right? I still don't think we are. Like I said, maybe I'm in denial. I don't know. But I am going to be waiting and seeing, and, you know, I just don't think this is the time to be going short or long at the moment. It's just not a good idea. If you really do want to make any trade, I mean, the only thing I'd consider doing at the moment is selling into fiat. But, you know, if we get a massive pump and you miss it, that's going to be a bit of a, yeah, that's going to be a bit upsetting, isn't it? So we've now crossed back into the 6,000s. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Josh, cheers, bud. How much leverage did you use on your short today? I was pretty stupid with it. Like I said, I only went in with a small amount, so it was 25x. And guys, on that note, obviously the gains have been amazing today. Lots of people making, kind of exponential profits here. My profits, 250%, is absolutely not typical. So I'm getting a lot of people messaging me for VIP, mentioning my profits, mentioning the profits other people have had. Amazing, but you're not going to get 250% all the time. This is a once in a blue moon type of thing. Even I don't do this very often. It's probably my second or third time on BitMEX getting hitting it big like this. And of course, it was on 25x leverage, which was pretty big. You probably don't want to do that. Alexander, am I in the financial industry? No. I mean, does crypto count? If it doesn't, then no. Never been in one as well. But crypto gives you a lot of experience. It teaches you much faster than a lot of other things. EOS has to be a buy. Let's check EOS out. I mean, it's the same thing I always say. It's an alt, right? It's any coin other than Bitcoin, and so it's just going to follow Bitcoin. I mean, this dump followed Bitcoin. It's going to keep on doing exactly that. EOS is at a fairly good support here. This is sort of long term. But, I mean, guys, we've just been seeing coins bottom out left, right, and center. I mean, I saw one today just at an absolutely... I mean, let's check out one. I mean, this is the bottom. Oh my, that's just really sad. I remember seeing it over... I drew these 3 trend lines because I thought there is no way one is going lower than this. But I did sell when we broke lower, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, the absolute bottom for one. I mean, this is just, this is so indicative of a full bubble pop. But, there's not really much conventional about Bitcoin, about crypto, so it's very possible it doesn't follow those conventional trends. Will boom again, but when? Well, yeah, exactly, but when, we don't know. Leverage is risky. Yes, it is. Definitely stay away from it if you're not experienced, if you don't know what you're doing. None of this is financial advice, of course. Master Eagle, how low can we go? It just depends. If you think we're in this bubble pop cycle and the targets are, 3,000-4,000, I'm calling, probably about 58. I want to see what happens, but as always, whether it goes up or down, I will be making profits, so I don't really mind. 6,000 is going to hold. I mean, it's already failed. I don't know if it will hold. There's a chance that, we bounce back up. I mean, this is a fairly decent bounce, but it just looks like a relief pump, to be honest. It just doesn't look like it's going to stay. I agree with that. Crypto is fun to learn. Yeah, it is, man. And MK Lawson, I mean, this is something that could very well stick around for a fair bit. And, we're the early ones into this, if it does stick around. If not, we're screwed. Why isn't Binance dropping? That is a good question. I mean, I haven't even been looking at Binance until you guys have told me about it, but I actually want to see the dollar price. And yeah, the dollar has dropped a little bit because Bitcoin has dropped, but the Bitcoin price is stable. Again, this just looks like another double top, but last time I called a double top, it wasn't one for Binance because Binance is just absolutely invincible. Why isn't it dropping? I don't know, man. I mean, there is something with Binance. There is something about it. I wish I knew the answer to that one. Is this the bottom for $1 soon? The MC, bro, if Bitcoin continues to go down, then there is no bottom in sight for any altcoin, as always. You short the top, but how do you guess that? I think I can see the floor if I saw it. It's not. I think how do you guess that is the wrong question because we're playing odds, so we're also playing the idea of getting lucky here. But you put the odds in your favor. So like I said with the last stream, we had all of those bearish indicators, but then there was still always that chance that someone's just going to come along and market buy the whole thing and send us up to 20k. All right, it's possible, but you're playing that odd. And the idea is you go in with small positions, you go in with small percentages of your portfolio, and so you can continuously play that risk. And guys, whatever, 9, 8, 7 times out of 10, It's going to be correct and you're going to make profits. So as long as you don't over invest, as long as you don't put too much into one trade and you keep on playing these odds and you feel good about it like I did yesterday, it's okay. So it's not about guessing the top. It's not about shorting the top. It's just about feeling confident and then relying a little bit on luck. And if it fails, no problem, because you're a smart person and you didn't put too much into that trade. So that's the deal there. In Forex, they always push price below support to take stops and scare people. Yeah, very, very good point there. Thank you, XYZH1234. Fake outs, dropping below support and rising above resistance just as a fake sort of, candle. It always happens. Not too much in crypto, but it still definitely is a trend to note. So what a lot of people will do is set a strict rule where they're not, if we drop 58 support, for example, people are going to say, all right, some people, I'm saying people very loosely, they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to wait for another 1% drop to give us confirmation that we're going down. Or I'm going to wait for another 3% drop to make sure that I know we're still going down. And that way they have confirmation that it's not just a fake drop below or a fake pump above resistance / support. It gives some very good confirmation. 400 viewers, absolutely insane. Wasn't our high like 500 couple days ago? That's insane. You guys are amazing. Oh, and also again, huge shout out to the 26 plus waiting before the stream started. You guys are absolute legends. All of you are, of course. I'm getting a couple messages about VIP. I will get back to you in a second. Binance makes more money than the Deutsche Bank. Did I say Deutsche correctly? If I did, like any Germans, please tell me. I'm going to feel so proud. If I didn't, I probably really embarrassed myself. Lincoln, fuck this manipulation BS. It's hard. I know. It's rough. I feel you, man. Maybe time for a step back if you do feel really upset about it. TDZ, aren't you Sammy something on Twitter? Yeah, Sammy Loyal on Twitter, guys. If you're not following me, definitely hit me up. Thanks for that segue into shilling my Twitter. My beautiful Audi here on the banner. Guys, follow me on Twitter if you want all of my shit posts. It's pretty good. Yes, I am that person. When will CME be put in jail? Zamex, people with money, people with deep pockets like that can do whatever they want. Alright, it doesn't matter whether you're in the US or in the UK or in any other country you think has limited corruption. If you've got deep pockets, you'll get away with it. So CME won't be put in jail. Check the Bitcoin falling wedge ending on daily from peak August. Bitcoin to lowest? I didn't get you. From peak what to lowest? I mean, falling wedge. Oh, you mean this entire thing? Yeah, of course. This is yeah. It's a falling wedge within an uptrend, of course. I mean, yeah. Let's go over this right now because I know a lot of people are pissed. So let's talk about this now. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me. I mean, guys, guys, it's not a trend we're gonna follow. Come on. All right. We are in a. This is what a bull flag looks like. This is what a falling wedge within an uptrend looks like. All right, so we've got a firm uptrend. We're going up very nicely. It's going to go down. Volume is going to decrease. Like I said last time, we get consolidation, relative consolidation. Volume decreases, and then there's a massive pump up. Guys, I mean, to me, it's obvious. To me, this is so clear that we are in a bull flag, which is going to play out exactly like this. And again, it doesn't matter whether we go down to 5,800 or 5,000 or 4,000. It doesn't matter how low we go, as long as that's not lower than, say, 2,000. We are still in a falling wedge within a major uptrend. That's my take on it. All right, I've said my piece. Let's put that down in history. None of it's financial advice. Okay, let's keep on looking at these questions. Wow, I'm way up from this. This 16-year-old makes 7.5 Bitcoin monthly off you guys. No, a lot of our VIP members are have stuck around for a while, so we've given them lifetime memberships. Yeah. Very well said. Thank you. Just checked in. I'm new to this channel, but I appreciate your transparency. Hello from the UK. Thank you, Ash Jones, my bad. Yes, also from the UK. You may be able to tell. I'm glad you like it, mate. This is a dying breed, this level of transparency on YouTube. Are you holding any coins besides only trading Bitcoin? The Mr. Decrease, if that's how you say it. Yes, I'm holding one, maybe two. I'm holding one. Probably like 2 coins, which I forgot to sell or couldn't be bothered to sell. And I'm also holding a little bit of Dignity. It probably makes up like 2% of my portfolio. And Dignity, if I'm not mistaken, has been very stable. Let me actually check that out. Yeah, I mean, even despite this drop, it's literally at the same price it has been for, I mean, it's got to be a couple months or something. I don't know, maybe a month. Dignity holding, it's a hedge against Bitcoin, so that's why I've got, but again, a very small amount. Really, I'm not in alts at all. I'm not even touching them. Oh god, I've heard of so many people really losing out on alts, still holding them today. Keep dreaming, falling wedge. Well, yeah, I mean, look, maybe I'm wrong. I'm okay with that. All right, that's okay. It's a huge bear flag. This, if you're talking about this, it is not a bear flag. Do your research. A bear flag is it's a relatively similar pattern, but it's within a downtrend, and we haven't come down to 20k. We've went up to it. Do your research. Completely wrong. You should look at the weekly chart. Next stop at the 100 moving average. It's there where we will bounce for the next swing. I wouldn't rely on large moving averages. I mean, we've got the 200 here. Well, actually, let's check it out and see what's up. All right, so this is the weekly chart. You think we're going to bounce at approximately $4,000, $4,400. Yeah, that would line up perfectly, actually, with, let's see, yeah, $4,500. How do I show you guys that? Yeah, that would line up perfectly with the ideas of a full bubble pop cycle, and it's actually not too far from where we are right now, so it's definitely possible. But I'm not looking at that right now. Like I said, if we go down there, it's going to be a slow, painful way down, and you better bet we're still going to be making massive profits on this. Hello, I just found your channel. I'm from the northern part of Canada, and I love crypto. Well, I love Canada. I'd love to go there. I think, yeah, I've been there once, actually. Yeah, great to see you here. I'm glad you just found the channel. Congrats to you guys for legalizing weed. Your government obviously knows what to do in 2018. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to be wrapping it up soon here, guys. Is Binance the new hedge against Bitcoin? Aircoins Lee, if people are saying stuff like that, my answer is no. I just don't think you should rely on an alt like Binance. Because the thing is, Binance is reliant on getting more customers and growing, like the company itself growing. Somehow that hasn't affected it recently, but I would not be surprised if Binance suddenly tanks very soon, just considering its growth. I mean, the linear chart looks like a logarithmic chart. If you guys have been in the game for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It just looks the same. Yeah, look at that. It's all the same. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a steep drop-off anytime now. But I'm not calling that, because I don't know. Binance is going to do whatever the hell it wants, clearly. Can you put the EG Cloud on your chart, on my weekly chart? Yes, okay, thank you for the suggestion. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to tell us anything significant, but let's see what's... I mean, yeah, the support is way up here, so the thing is, with this, the support isn't going to count until we actually get to this level. And that's where it could give us a nice little bounce up. It could act as a launch pad. One thing I've just noticed, though, thank you for again pointing this out and making me look at it. We are about to hit this very thin area of the Ichi cloud. Um, and again, next week is when SIBO futures closes, and a few days after that is when CME opens. So it's possible within that sphere of manipulation that we do begin maybe following this Ichi cloud and getting a nice pump, but it's a very thin cloud. So what it's telling you doesn't really have much pressure backing it. Though, of course, it is the weekly cloud. So that's a pretty big deal. We go over to the daily, and the resistance is pretty clear. It's not, and it's lining up perfectly with our resistance line. Let's go over to the log chart, lining up perfectly with our resistance line. So it's going to be difficult to breach that level, definitely. Just curious, whoever used Bitcoin or an altcoin for a purchase besides trading them? Robert, I mean, I've done it many times just because I'm a huge Bitcoin maximalist. I love it so much. So I've done it quite a few times. But I wouldn't, how many have we got here actually? 533. Amazing. Guys, if you could smash that like button, let's get some positivity up in this in this negativity, That would be amazing. Thank you. Canada is amazing this time of year. I wish I could visit, but I've got some obligations here. What else have we got? I feel so sad for those who bought at peak price. I know, right? I mean, $20,000 down to here must have wrecked them. I just hope they didn't invest more than they should have, which they know. TTT, anyone do profit this year? I've just hit my all-time high for Bitcoin today, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I mean, that's not. I know a few people also who've done very well in these markets and are way above their all-time high in Bitcoin and in USD. So I'm not the only one with a story like that, but it's very few people. Most people have endured the same 70% loss. 70 to 90% loss. Huobi Coin is one of the better investments right now. Yeah, Javi, I think that's probably a good call. If I had to bet on any altcoin, it would be that one. But that's not to say I am betting on it, because I'm absolutely not. I still don't see a bright future for alts as long as Bitcoin stays like this. But Huobi is one of those that could defy it. I shill shitcoin is in profits. Nice one. I mean, if you shill shitcoins, yeah. MK Lawson was in profits on the 1st of January. Yes. Am I holding altcoins? No. This is great Bitcoin on sale. Yeah, look, back in like October, people were talking about how they wish they got in at these prices, and Bitcoin is now at these prices. So obviously, people, they just talk a lot of shit. They're not actually going to do it, but in the unlikely event that they do, this is their opportunity. But I'm sure most of these people, those people who said it, aren't even going to take that offer up. Bitcoin will outperform almost all stocks in 5 years' time. Chimu, I think, yeah, I'm going to side with you on that. I think there's a very good chance that Bitcoin is going to outperform, nearly everything once again, like it did these previous 5 years. Very, very possible, I think. Javier, no positivity. Well, let's change that, man. I mean, I'm all smiles today. Even if I was losing, you can't be upset. I mean, you can, and you are, probably most people, but you've got to limit that. Are you really gonna let money do that to you? Because if you are, you put in too much, all right, and learn from that mistake. Can you check out XVG? I'm not looking at alts at the moment, Greg. All alts are the same, XVG especially is just going to keep on dumping. I mean, on that note, let's check out the alt market on the whole. Let's see how correct I was about alts this time. So yeah, I mean, on the whole, 5 to 11% losses on everything. And this is in Bitcoin. So guys, we've already lost. I mean, alt holders have already lost 9% on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has dropped 9% against the dollar. But, in addition to that, they've lost a further, on average, despite these top 15, a further 5 to 11%. on top of that 9% already, which gives an overall loss pretty disgusting. Let's check out what it's going to be on the USD. I mean, 12%, you know, I saw 20, 13, you know, huge losses. I mean, let's just see where XVG is. Because I have a feeling it's going to be one of the bigger losers today. 12%, so actually one of the lower ones. I mean, yeah, just following the guys. Alts are going to follow the rest of the market, but more importantly, they're going to follow Bitcoin. And whatever Bitcoin does, alts are going to magnify significantly. So absolutely nothing surprising me in terms of that market. I mean, I haven't touched alts for months, I think. Maybe a little bit here and there, but without context, that sounds really weird. But I mean, yeah, I've been away from alts because it's just not time for them yet, unfortunately. We were promised alt season. We were promised the consensus pump. You guys remember that? I sure remember that. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. Bitcoin dominance at 41%. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Yeah, I mean, dominance, I mean, yeah, it's alts going down in value, Bitcoin not going down as fast. Of course, the dominance is going to rise. And I have called this. I've been relatively silent about it because I thought I was going to be wrong. But way back, I did call this, you know, that we could go up to, you know, 50% Bitcoin dominance, maybe 60. I mean, it just, you know, this is what's going to happen, all right? When Bitcoin is going down, alts are going to go down harder. When Bitcoin is going up, alts are probably going to go down as well. But when when it goes up and it finds some stability, that's when alts are going to put Bitcoin's gains to shame. And that's when we're going to be getting into alts. That's when the crypto mafia is going to start buying those alts, buying them extremely cheap. We're not going to get the bottom, all right? I accept that, and I don't really care. We're not going to buy the bottom of these alts, but we're going to get much better entries than most people. And at that, we're also going to get very, very nice profits, despite all of that. But yeah, guys, I mean, I'm pretty much... RJ John, I'm fainting. Please, guys, get your physical health in check if this is affecting it. Go see a doctor or whatever, a psychologist. Not worth your health. But guys, that's going to be it for this one. You know, I did mention I had this little surprise, so it's not really even a surprise. It's just with VIP, been getting so many people asking about it. I've recently raised the prices, so I've doubled it. Because demand for VIP has been extremely high, and it's mainly just me running it. I have a few contributors, but the main partner I've been working with, haven't heard from him. I'm going to hit him up after this stream. Used to do everything 50-50, but I just haven't seen him at all in the past, you know, month or so. But it is mainly just me. We've been running it amazingly. You guys have seen the results. But if it does keep on growing at this kind of a rate, it's going to become a problem. And I'm not going to let the quantity of members affect the quality of our signals, the quality of our services, because it's a very personal service, you know. You guys are able to get in touch with me, set up calls, whatever you like. And so with something like that, we can't have too many people doing it. Otherwise, I'd have to start, you know, reducing what I offer. So, you know, guys, with that, obviously the price is extremely high. On that note, though, we can still take on more members. And for streaming viewers, you know, people watching this stream only, all right, for about next hour or so, I am going to be giving you guys a huge discount. Go ahead and message me 50%. So it's back down to the prices we had originally. Not even originally. We did start at 0.1 Bitcoin, which is our current price. So if you guys do want in on that, definitely message me. VIP members, if you want to renew at that price, hit me up. But guys, with that, you know, I really hope you have enjoyed this. Are we going to get the same gains we've seen today in a while? Probably not. Let's be realistic here, guys. This kind of thing only comes occasionally, all right? I'm not making 250% a day. I wouldn't be here. I would be out on my own private island sipping legal champagne with Richard Branson, all right? I would not be doing this if I was making these kinds of gains every day. But the gains are still pretty good. All right, so and they will continue to come. I've had one guy actually who before he joined, I got this sense that he was a little bit skeptical, and I asked him for his target. He said he wanted 50% profits by the end of the month with VIP, because it's a monthly fee. And he hit that today, 8 days after he joined. So that's pretty cool. Already got that target out of the way, and that's 3 more weeks of straight profits. I mean, 50% in a week. You can only imagine what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks if we go bull. If this CME futures, this SIBO futures thing turns out to trigger a bull run, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But if it does, we've made these gains in a bear market. You can't actually imagine what's going to happen in a bull market. It's going to be pretty huge. And just one last thing I want to touch on, volume now at $16.3 billion volume, absolutely huge. Getting a few messages for VIP. I will be getting back to you right after this stream, guys. If you're not already in the Telegram channel, it's in the description, Crypto Mafia Gold. Just go ahead and click on that link. You'll get in the Telegram channel. My name on Telegram is the same as my name on YouTube. And guys, of course, if you do want to follow my... how is there a new tweet on my account? I didn't do that. Okay, that's not a new tweet. But if you do want to follow my Twitter account, you get all of my shit posts. You're very welcome to do so. But guys, it's been a pleasure. All right, it's been 45 going on 46 minutes. I hope you have found some substance out of this. I hope you found it useful. We're now back below $6,000. It's been a hell of a ride. All right. Whether you've made profits today or you've seen your profits, you've seen your portfolio decline, take a step back, practice meditation, hit the gym. That kind of thing. It really does help. I think hitting the gym is the best thing anyone can do. With our way of life right now, humans evolved being active, and we're just sitting down and being fat and greasy and all that. So if you are active, it really does help your physiology. Just preaching my spiritual side to you guys. I'm sure most of you will think I'm crazy now, but I couldn't care less. Guys, with that, I'm going to be signing off. I hope you've had a wonderful one. Stay safe, stay happy, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you in the next stream. Guys, that 50% discount, only available for the next hour or so. I'll decide, judging by how many people are messaging me. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.